Hello everyone, welcome to Michael's vlog in the Philippines. Today we're going to be talking about when riding in the cab can go completely wrong. So if you don't know much about my background, I've literally probably ridden in over 1,000 cabs, and it's actually to the point where some of the cab drivers actually know where I live and I don't even have to tell them how to get to my house. They'll say, oh, I remember you riding in my cab. I know where your house is at. They just take me home. So let's talk about some of the bad experiences that I've had in cab drivers. But keep in mind, most of my cab rides have been pretty good. So this is not the majority of my experiences. This is just it kind of goes bad once in a while type of deal. And I want to share that with you. So one of the examples would be the cab driver that drives insanely fast. I mean, they're driving so fast, they're like weaving off into the other side of the road where there's oncoming traffic, and then they'll weave back. I mean, they're driving as fast as they can go. You're getting whiplash when you're in the back of the cab. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, I'm holding on to things in the cab because they're driving that fast. Another type of cab driver you might run into is the complete opposite. They drive ultra slow. I'm talking about so slow, you like, man, I got to make it there in 20 minutes, and you know that it's within reach of the time limit based on the traffic, but you don't get there until like an hour and 10 minutes later, because the cab driver is driving ultra slow. So just when you need the fast cab driver, you got the slow cab driver. And when you need, when you don't mind the slow cab driver, you got the ultra fast cab driver. Another type of cab driver that I've ran into is one who is really what I would call inexperienced. They're heavy on the brake paddle, and every time they press the gas pedal, it's about the equivalent. So it's kind of like the fast cab driver, but they're inexperienced and they really don't know how to engage the brake paddle or the gas pedal. Another type of cab driver is the one that doesn't know where anything is at. I don't know if those are usually new cab drivers, but I get in a cab driver and like, I don't know where that's at. And it's like a common place. It could be a mall, for example. And most of the people in Davao typically know where the malls are at. But I'll say, hey, I want to go to this mall. And they're like, I don't know where that's at. And I'm like, really? You don't know where the mall is at? I actually know where it's at. I have to guide them to the place. So it's like, man, you don't know where the mall is at? Come on now. You got to know where the mall is at. If you live in the Philippines, how you don't know where the mall is at? So it's just kind of funny, like some of the bad experiences that I've had in the cab drive, and when I was driving in a cab with cab drivers. But I should say not driving. Excuse my English. Sometimes I say things in the wrong way. I should be saying sometimes I get a bad cab driver. Not that I'm driving the cab, so to speak. I think I said that sentence wrong. We'll find out when you watch it on YouTube. But another type of cab driver you might run into is what I would call the unfortunate cab driver. There was one cab driver where, he was driving normal basically. I didn't see any issues with the way he was driving. He drive very well. But there was a person on the road who thought he cut him off or did something, and the guy was mad. And I look at my rear view mirror. Well, the cab driver's rear view mirror in this particular case. I'm not driving, but I look in the rear view mirror. And the guy in my rearview mirror is not in the car, and I see a car rolling backwards in the middle of the road. He left his car. His car is rolling backwards in the middle of the road, in the middle of traffic. This is heavier traffic, dude. This is not light traffic. It's letting his car roll in the middle of traffic with him not in the car. No regards for his car. He gets out the car, goes up to our cab, and I tell my wife to get out the car because I see the car rolling in the back. I'm like, something is wrong. And I don't know if it's associated with this cab driver, and something's going down. Something's about to go down. I made my wife and son get out the car, and he was just a baby at the time. I don't even know if he reached, the year of 1 year at the time of being in that car. I don't think he was 1 year old yet. So I had him and my wife get out the car, and then out of nowhere, this guy comes up. He's beating on the window, telling the cab driver to get out. I guess he wants to fight him. I'm like, oh man, I hope this dude ain't got no weapon. My son and my wife is here. So I had them exit and go to the mall because we already at the mall area. And all the guards is just standing around at the mall like nothing's going on. I'm like, you don't see this guy beating on the window at the cab driver? Like, y'all ain't gonna tell him to get off the premises? He is on y'all land, y'all business property. They didn't do nothing. They just looking scared. I'm like, this one guy, you're not gonna make him go? You don't know if he got a weapon. Y'all all got weapons. Just tell the dude to leave, because he shouldn't be over here beating on somebody's window at a cab in front of your mall. but they didn't do anything. The guy, nothing ended up happening, but I was just like, man, it's a crazy situation. I'm on the other side of the cab while my wife and son are exiting. You know, he tells me, the guy that's upset, like, oh, I don't have no issue with you. And I'm like thinking, I don't know if you got an issue with me or not. But, and I told him, I was like, I know you don't have an issue with me, but back in my head, it's like, well, if he come over here, I'm already in a fighting position because I don't trust this dude. I don't know how angry he is. And I don't know if he's using any drugs. I don't know what the situation is, but I got to protect my family. So I had them exit the areas to be safe. But I had a bunch of crazy experiences in the cab. Now, I'm not saying you're going to experience this, but I'm just giving you some ideas of what you could go through. Maybe it happened to you on your first cab ride. Who knows? But I've been through a lot of different cabs. But I'm not done yet. Oh, no, I'm not done yet. I'm going to save the best for last. Stinky cabs. Now, this one happens more often than usual. Man, sometimes I get in some cabs and it smell like they ain't cleaned that car for a whole year. It be stinking so bad. I feel like I'm just catching my breath the whole ride. And it be the long rides, not the short rides, the long rides. I be getting them stinky cabs and I just be trying to catch my breath. Like, I really want to let this window down, but he got the AC on. He killing me in this car. Man, if you get in a stinky cab, my advice to you, just tell them, hey man, you know what? I don't want to go to where I'm planning on. Just drop me off here. I don't want to go where I want to go anymore. Just drop me off here because they stinking me up today. Just the stinkiest cab in the world. You know you need to clean your cab. Do not be having me in your cab and your cab smell like you had rats in it. Just smelling so bad. Now, another type of cab that I ran into, it just slipped my mind. I was going to say another type of cab that I ran into, but if it come back to my mind, I'm going to say it in this video. But I've been through a lot of poor cabs, man. You know, I got the cab riders that, there's another type of cab rider. This is no longer the case though. That's the cab driver that doesn't want to give you the -10 PHP deal that you used to get, because in Nevada it used to be that they -10. That's no longer the case. Keep that in mind now if you're watching this video. Now I don't know if the laws will change again or the rules, but it's no longer the case right now. It used to be the guy would be like, oh, they don't do that deal here no more, not for this type of cab. And I just laugh because I don't really care about the 10 pesos. My wife just told me I should do it. Most of the time I didn't do it, but once in a while I would do it and see what reaction I get out the cab driver. The cab driver was like, oh, we don't do the -10 for this type of cab. My wife was like, he was lying to you. He was lying to you. Another type of cab driver is this one, the type of cab driver that will take you off route. See, they don't know I know my way around the Philippines a little bit. I kind of know where some stuff. I'm not a full expert, but he's taking me some way. And I seen a big mountain. I'm like, I already know you taking me the wrong way. I was like, this is not the right way, sir. I told you I want to go here. And so I messaged my wife, telling her, hey, you're taking me the wrong way. Here's my location coordinate. You know, and he would quickly get me back on the proper route and take me the right direction. I'm like, man, these cab drivers think that I don't know where I'm going. You taking me way out the way, way out the way, not just a little bit out the way. If you just took me a few minutes, that'd be different, but you about to take me like 20 minutes out the way. So I had to correct them type of cab drivers and tell them, hey, you're taking me the wrong way. And I recommend you have a map. Get you a map and master the location you in. So when them cab drivers is driving you around, they take you the right way. They don't have you going way out the way when you should be at your destination a lot quicker than what they get you there. So that's my video. I hope you enjoyed this. This is something different than what I normally do on my YouTube channel, talking about some of my experiences here, especially in the cab. You know, I've never shared that before, but I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure you embed, comment, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for future videos on Michael's Vlog.